Hello, this is Author Inspiration. My name is Saul, and I'm a short romance author. I This is the December coffee chat plus a year in review. Don't worry, it's going to be quick. It took me a little bit to understand that I actually did very well um, in 2025. It is surprising because a lot of people have been saying that 2025 wasn't good for them and things like that. And I would think, for me, it was better. But now that I saw the numbers, I did really much better than I thought, than I expected. So I wanted to share those things with you so that you know that writing short romance can have, you just have to grow your career as an author a little bit. It's not immediate riches, but you can get more than you expect if you stick with it. So in 2025, I wrote and published 8 books. One of them was with a small press called Last Chapter Press. I don't have the numbers for that book, unfortunately, and that's one thing that I didn't like about working with a publisher. So perhaps I might not do it again because of that, because I know when my book launches, I know, the reviews, and I know the um the number of pre-orders that I have and things like that. And I have that information immediately. And I imagine that I'll be given that information uh every 6 months. I'm not sure how that works with them. So that was a little experiment that I wanted to do, working with a small press publisher. So 8 books, all of them were collaborations. I've been thinking that this had been a mistake, or I've been saying for the past month that that was a mistake, except half of my money came from uh, those collaborations. Half of that from the collaborations, and then the other half from the backlist of my books, because I didn't write any new books in the 2025, in any new books or on a series for of my own. So that I thought that hurt me, but maybe not so much. Now, how much did I write? I was disappointed and I felt guilty for all these months because I didn't feel that I wrote enough. I wrote 163,909 words, 164,000 words. That is the least that I've written since I started writing in 2023. In 2023, I wrote 232,000 words. In 2024, I wrote 288,000 words. So I had expected more this year. But, well, things don't always work the way you want them to work. So, that was what I uh, did. And I spent 115 hours writing, which was 100 hours less than last year. Surprisingly, I wrote less, but I earned more. I earned 56% more in royalties than last year. And that, um, the total for, let me see the total for December 1st. December went surprisingly as well because I had 840 with 59 cents. What I would expect, the previous month was $600. So I would expect that. But I had Amazon wrote me and they told me that I would be, if I wanted to be on a daily deal or or a special daily deal, I don't know what type of deal it was. All I know is that my book would be reduced in price and they would offer it somehow. So that book, which was the my Cinderella retelling, The Unexpected, The Mountains Man Unexpected Bride, was one of the collaborations that I did. And it was I loved that book. I loved writing the book because it was what happened to Cinderella after she left her, her evil stepmother and stepsisters. And that was a story I told. And that book brought in about $124 this month. So I think that's really what moved the needle up for me this month. The other books were all okay. The ones that are trending, the new ones did well, but that one was the one that did the best. So I accredit that $800 month um, to that book. Now, this is exciting because that means that I wasn't running ads. I wasn't doing anything special. Well, I did get the daily deal. So I did launch a book during this month and during December, and I did have a free promotion for the books, one of my series in a Christmas series. So I did have some things marketing wise that helped get the numbers up. And, you know, that means that I'm close. I could get closer and closer to that four-figure month that I've been dreaming about. So I'm very happy about that. Now, what I made for the entire year is $7,590 with 90 cents. And that is, you might say, well, it's not that much. It's not even five figures. No, it's four figures. High four figures. But I made 56% more than last year. That's amazing. And I did not, you might think that I had some sort of plan for this year. I did not have any specific plan for it. This just happened because I participated in the collabs and I promoted my backlist consistently during the year. Now, I am very excited about that, and I'm hoping uh, if the growth continues at that same rate, that would mean like an $11,000 year next year. And while that is still um, a, not much, first, it's growth. And second, that's what people say that authors make $10,000 a year, self-published authors, not much. So I'm there. I'm an author. I'm a published author that makes what authors make. I would like to start making what mid-list authors make, but that's, another level. And due due to the things that I'm going to be doing this year, I don't know which way my writing is going to take. I do know that I am going to I took on some collaborations for the first trimester, the first quarter, sorry. And I have to write those out. And I was thinking, well, I'll just write the collaborations that I did for the year and that. But I truly want to bring some new short stories, about three series of six books each, 10,000 words each. I'm struggling a little bit with the 10,000 because I feel like it's very quickly, things happen too fast for me. But I want to test out that word count to see if it's profitable. Anyway, that's for writing. And so I'm going to talk about some of my goals for 2026. Now, this is a silly one and probably uh, no, I won't be able to do it. It's a 500K word challenge. And I put in a spreadsheet all the ideas I had for books that I've had during the past 2 or 3 years, and I put them all with little check box next to them to see if I could write, so that I wouldn't be writing just one thing, but I would be writing whatever it is that I felt. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I want to do. And I have a lot of ideas that I've had. I have a notebook of ideas that I use, and I have that, and I wrote down the ones that I've that refined a little bit more. And some of them are Christmas uh, stories, some of them are steamy romance, gay romance, menage, reverse harem, all the things that I'm undecided on that I might want to write in. I put those on that list, and let's see. I'm gonna see if I can write them, some of them this year. So last last year, what I did was I just left the tracking spreadsheet that I bought. I just left it at the 200,000 word goal. I'd like to do a little bit more this year, maybe put it in 250, maybe 300,000 words. Again, it's very unpredictable how I will feel from month to month and then what I can write. I do know I have, I think, eight eight books again to write with collaborations, and some of them are 20K, not all of them are 10K. So of them will be easier than others to do. So I am going to continue doing collaborations. I thought at the end of in December, I thought, well, I shouldn't do any more collaborations because the banner on the top of my author page in Amazon had all the series that I was collaborating in and none of my own books. So that worried me a little bit. But now that I see that 50% of my income, it was like $3,900, um, was collaborations only, and the rest, the other half is backlists. So that means it worked. I mean, not all of them were great, but two of them did really well. The Valentine's one and one which I did with Piper Cook, which was called Wrong Number, Right Guy, and mine just took off. And those two brought in $2,000 themselves, and the other ones were about 500, 600. There was just one of the eight books, eight collaborations that I did that did not earn out what I spend on because I spend on a book to publish a book costs me the cover and the editing. And if I do the cover myself, it's just the editing, but sometimes you have to pay for the to be included in the collaboration. So that's usually $100 to $150. So I would need at least $250 to make back what I invested in the book. And that's not even thinking about the time I spent writing it. So there was one that absolutely did not make it back. I'm hoping that this year I'm doing a collaboration with them because it's a group that we're doing, and you have to write with them at least one book a year, but you can do the four that they do, one each quarter. And I'm doing that with them. I signed up for the first one because I saw it's a good theme. One night with it was not, I chose one night with a silver fox because I am in love with foxes, and so I am going to continue with the collabs, and hopefully I can make time for writing apart from the ones that I have already agreed to. Now, the one thing that I want to do this year is write a full-length novel. Now, I don't even know if this is going to be romance, if it's going to be science fiction, or something else. I just know it's going to be 50 to 75,000 words, and it's going to be a novel properly done. I am taking a course, of course, because I love courses. I am taking a course by Shirley Jump. She's got a channel on YouTube, and she's had many of her novels bought by traditional publishers. And I want to use her best-selling formula. I'm going to try this one to begin with, because for the short romance, I've been using a framework which just basically beats, and each beat has a chapter in the story, and I follow that and I do that. But I'd really like to test out the character arcs and things like that, because I feel like I'm not a good author because I don't worry about those things when I write my short romance. And it's in short romance, it's like two people. Sometimes you add one or two more that you mention, but you just got two people focused on each other and falling in love, and that's really easy for me. But a full-length novel, I think it's be a challenge. So I want to do that this year. The another thing that I want to do that is hard for me, it's digital drawing. I want to see if I could learn to draw figures so that I could do the illustrations that you see, character art. Um, a lot of authors have that as a bonus on their special editions and things like that. I'd like to do that. I've always wanted to do that. So I'm going to spend the Sundays doing a little bit of learning for that. I already got my iPad and my Apple Pencil, and I have this website, 21 Draw, and they have a couple of courses on character design and on the anatomy, drawing. So I'm gonna use that. Um, my other goals are for health. I would like to lose this first quarter at least 10 pounds. And how I'm going to do that is eating healthier and walking. I can't promise that I'm going to walk every day because I don't like to walk, but I think at least 5 days or 6 days a week for 20 to 30 minutes. I think I can do that this quarter. I can make time for that. And I hope that that improves my health and also my blood sugar. I will try to not eat chocolate and things like that. I don't want to make any promises though. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about, there's some ideas for this channel. I think I'm gonna be doing the monthly coffee chats uh, every month. But I also wanted to do some other videos about writing, about perhaps doing blurbs, writing a good blurb, or choosing the right cover and things like that. I would like to write talk about some of those topics during the year, and also something about finding joy in your writing. I think that's what I'm trying to do with this uh the challenge, the 500K challenge, because I want to see if I write several things, I might just sorry, I might just find something that sticks that I might say, wow, this, I really love writing this. And then I could, enjoy it, be happy, be joyful, and write with joy and not worry so much about how much money comes in. The money part, I am doing other money making activities to see if I can, support myself. So I'm going to be doing that. So the writing is going to be writing for writing itself. Apart from the commitments that I've made for the collaborations, it's going to be writing for the joy of it. And that's what I want to really experience this year. So, so that's it for this um, year in review. I am so glad to have you guys here with me. Happy New Year. And I hope that you are making goals yourself. I know some people don't like to make goals because then if you don't keep them or you don't reach them, it's, like you get sad and you get disappointed, but you really need to be looking forward to something. I think setting goals is a good way to do them. There are a lot of videos on the internet about what smart goals and what you can do about goals. So maybe Google that or write it in YouTube and find out so that you can be more prepared for 2026. I think that I am prepared for 2026, but you never know with these things. So thank you for listening and have a great January.